Hey, what's going on, guys, and welcome back. In today's video, we are going to be talking about some of what, in my opinion, would be cool replacements for the disc system present within Monster Rancher 1 and 2 DX, but also for any future titles that may grace us with their presence in the West. If you want to know more about the disc system in its original form and what will be present within the remaster, you can check out this video that I did discussing that very fact. This video is more like a speculative list of ideas that could be really cool in capturing the same sense of limitless possibilities that the original CD system had, and who knows, maybe these ideas will be implemented in future titles, because I think they have a lot of merit. Anyway, let's dive in. Okay, so we know that in Monster Rancher 1 and 2 DX, there will be a database full of different songs for the player to use to create monsters. Now, while this is a functioning way to circumvent the fact that nobody uses CDs anymore, it doesn't really capture that same sense of wonder, in my opinion, just picking from a digital list. That said, if future Monster Rancher titles included some sort of physical object like a disc to get some of the best monsters, and those subsequent titles had online battling, there would be complaints about the game essentially being pay to win, even if the player isn't technically paying the company, but instead for whatever object this is. I've seen a lot of people saying that Amiibos could work, however, not just due to what I had mentioned earlier, but also compared to the seemingly limitless amount of CDs in existence, Amiibos are nothing more than a fraction of a fraction as far as that level of variance is concerned. Another issue is that Monster Rancher is not a Nintendo exclusive title. I mean, it did debut on the PlayStation, and though coming to the Nintendo Switch, it is also coming out to iOS and PC. While the Nintendo versions could definitely have Amiibo support and perhaps some really cool monsters associated with the Amiibo, I wouldn't see this system working as a system-wide mechanic or a future-proof one either. Another potential replacement system they could use is just perhaps using other game files or cartridges for the Switch, or even apps on phones, though I am not entirely sure about the logistics of making this work. But it is something I've seen some people state could perhaps be a way to circumvent the issue. However, once again, this means that essentially each version of the game will have to take into consideration a different file type. The Switch would obviously use Switch games, the mobile version would obviously use apps, and the PC version would have to use some sort of drag and drop function to turn files into monsters or something like that. I still very much see this as being too varied between platforms and causing more headaches in my opinion. I think this is why they just went with a music list for the remakes, as it's just a simple fix in comparison to the previously mentioned proposals. However, I have two other ideas that I think would honestly be better at least capturing that sense of wonder, but also end up being highly accessible as well. The first would be QR codes. Now, this could be an issue on the Nintendo Switch particularly, however, with how Nintendo expects you to have a mobile device in order to use voice chat, I wouldn't be surprised if they made you transfer QR codes from your phone or something. This does work a lot better for the mobile and PC versions, admittedly though. So what I could see is that in the same way Monster Rancher grabs the unique ID from various CDs, it could do the same with QR codes. This would establish that same sense of scale when it comes to the sheer number of QR codes that exist, and would also, in my opinion, capture that sense of wonder. Every time you see a completely unrelated QR code, you think to yourself, I wonder what monster that would give me. The same way you'd think about that every time you saw a disc. There's just something magical about a game processing something that's completely unrelated to it, if that makes any sense. Another system that I could definitely see work, and I think this is actually a more feasible system, as it would work on all platforms the same way, is a letter-based system similar to what we see in the Game Boy Advance Monster Rancher titles. This allows you to quite literally turn any word or straight up gibberish into a monster, and as you can imagine, also captures that idea of endless possibilities. Personally, of the two systems, I do prefer the QR code idea. However, I can definitely say that the word system is far more practical in terms of implementation, especially because it's easy to implement on all platforms the same way. And it's also future-proof because words aren't going anywhere. But yeah, guys, more of a fun discussion type video. What kind of systems would you like to see them implement to replace the CD system should they continue to make Monster Rancher games in the West? Definitely let me know in the comments below. And with that, if you did enjoy this video, definitely make sure to like and subscribe to stay up to date on all the Monster Rancher news, as well as monster taming content in general. Special thanks to our patrons, especially Steel Case and Jim Hamilton, whom are our mythical backers, and to everyone else who's watching the video. With that, I'll see you guys next time. Peace.